There are legends that arise to teach us lessons, stories to warn us of hidden dangers in the darkness. But what if these legends were real? What if, deep in the heart of the forest, an ancient terror was lurking, waiting? Today, we will talk about a creature whose hunger is insatiable and whose presence is marked by the biting cold and madness. Get ready, because today we are unveiling the mystery of the Wendigo. To understand the origin of the Wendigo, we need to travel back in time, long before any modern city existed. This legend comes from the indigenous peoples of the northern forests of North America, especially among the Algonquin tribes. They believed in a creature, an entity of pure terror, that stalked between the trees during harsh and unforgiving winters. The Wendigo is not just a monster. It is the symbol of hunger, despair, and the darkest act a human can commit: cannibalism. The Wendigo is the spirit of the cold. It comes when desperate hunger takes over, when men and women are driven to the edge of insanity. They say it used to be human, but consumed by the desire for human flesh, it transformed into something monstrous, cursed to wander for eternity with a hunger that can never be satisfied. But how does one become the Wendigo? Legends say it all begins with tragedy. Imagine yourself lost deep in a forest, without food, without fire, as the winter's cold seeps into your bones. Hunger becomes your only companion. The winds howl, and your thoughts grow darker, more dangerous. And then in a moment of weakness you give in. Human flesh, once unimaginable, becomes your only hope for survival. But this choice comes with a terrible price. By committing this act, the spirit of the Wendigo takes hold of you, transforming your body into something grotesque and monstrous. With each piece of human flesh it consumes, the Wendigo grows larger, but its hunger never diminishes. Its body may grow, but inside the void remains. It becomes a spirit of winter, an immortal hunter, always searching for its next victim. The Wendigo is often described as a skeletal, cadaverous creature with disproportionate limbs and glowing, empty eyes. Its skin is pale, almost translucent, stretched over sharp bones. Some say it has deer antlers, symbolizing its connection to the wild and untamed forces of nature. But what defines the Wendigo most is its hunger. It is always hungry, always hunting, and don't think it hunts randomly. The Wendigo smells fear and despair. It is drawn to those on the brink of death, to the scent of vulnerable human flesh. It strikes when you least expect it, silent and relentless. But the Wendigo isn't just a legend told to scare children on winter nights. There are historical accounts that will send shivers down your spine. In the 19th century, during the harsh winters of the Canadian forests, many settlers and hunters began to mysteriously disappear. In 1879, one of the most notorious cases occurred when a Cree hunter named Swift Runner was found deep in the forest. When they rescued him, he confessed to having killed and devoured his own family. But instead of being judged as just a murderer, many believe that Swift Runner had transformed into the Wendigo. The Wendigo is seen as a state of possession, a curse that can take hold of anyone in extreme situations. The most vulnerable are those isolated in the cold, on the brink of death. And the legend of the Wendigo only grew stronger over the years, as more accounts of cannibalism surfaced. For the indigenous peoples, the forest wasn't just a place for hunting and shelter, but also a place of fear and reverence. The Wendigo inhabits the most remote places, where the cold is unforgiving and hunger is a constant threat. They say that if you hear its name whispered in the wind, it's already too late. The Wendigo is already hunting you. Its presence brings a sense of dread, and the icy wind that follows freezes even the soul. Its hunger knows no limits, and it never stops hunting. But here is where the mystery deepens. Some believe that the Wendigo is not just a cautionary tale against cannibalism, but something much darker and real. For many cultures, it is a spiritual entity, a being that transcends flesh. It can manifest through a curse or even possession. Scholars suggest that the Wendigo represents the fragility of the human mind in extreme situations, the thin line between civilization and savagery. In a moment of absolute despair, when the laws of morality crumble, the Wendigo becomes the embodiment of the worst that a human can become. But what if I told you that the Wendigo might be closer than you think? What if the real monster isn't just in the frozen forest, but among us? Some say that the Wendigo has evolved. Its hunger for human flesh has turned into a hunger for power, greed, and destruction. It no longer only inhabits frozen forests. It now walks among us, disguised, feeding off our fears, our weaknesses. The real Wendigo could be anyone or all of us in moments of despair and darkness. The hunger that consumes the Wendigo is the same that consumes our society, an insatiable desire for more, at any cost. The Wendigo is a symbol of what happens when we lose control, when hunger, despair, and fear take over. It's not just a monster of the forest, it's a dark part of all of us. So, next time you're alone in the silence of the night, listen closely. Maybe the Wendigo is already closer than you think. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. We have many more dark mysteries and scary legends to explore. And remember, the Wendigo never disappears. See you in the next one.